What's next? It's just me and the Holy Ghost because the first person never says a word. Just me and the Holy Ghost. Anybody see my other door? Anybody just see my other door? GameStop. Right there. G&E GameStop. There's this door and there's this door, but there's only one apartment. One compartment. I wish there were more people here. It's more exciting to see everybody else excited. See the pyramids in GameStop? GameStop is coming. 1, 2, 3. The diamonds in the pyramids. 1. How do I get the stick? How do I point? I got to point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is divided, okay, by, when you look at this, it's also a miniature pyramid on top of a tower, like a roof, like a carrot, going all the way down. Our vegetables are starting to talk to us. Our vegetables are telling us stories because they're well rooted to nature. Root, root, root. Who will we root for? Without the roots, nothing that sustains life can grow. Rooted. The body holds the root. We're rooted. I'll reroute. I'll reroute 66. I'll take Highway 80. Oh, just you and me, eh? Just you and me. Just you and me, eh? You were waiting here for me, weren't you? Oh, yes. How are you? I'm fine. What are you doing? You're in the room. I'm in the room too. I noticed that you put your boots underneath the chair when the boot rack was over there. So why would you put it underneath the chair? It's like you own the place. You own the place? Am I allowed to show this? I got this from my brother printer online from a company called 123 Inc. Okay. I wonder if I can do publicity for them. And this was half price to going to basically any other store. And it works because it's my second cartridge. I've got a box full of bills just in case I have to do my taxes. Taxes from Texas. You know, Texas has been very big lately, like a very talked about name. In fact, there's different states that have more priority than other states because of the college electoral or whatever. So they're actually breaking things down for the code. It's like everything has got a code. Now, what it means, it can just mean, hey, it's one of the 52 states and it counts for the primary of some element. There was something I was looking at over here. Just 1 second. Okay. Nice to meet you. How many people don't throw out their cans of paint? And why save it? I can put stuff in there. Imagine I throw this out and then I need something to put stuff in and I end up putting it in something that I need for cooking or whatever. So we always just neglect what we need and what we throw. I mean, don't collect them all, maybe just one. You should have an area where we just have one of everything that you can actually see and it's, I need it. And just like that, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I need it. I need this, right? They come in handy. I bet you walk in jars and jars in these plastic containers. They come in handy. I'm sitting at this desk, not at that desk, and I like that desk because it gives depth. But I'm sitting at this desk because of GameStop. After the first show came on with Robinhood, steal from the rich and give to the poor, this was something a little bit different, and now it was all about AMC, Entertainment Tonight, movie theaters, and GameStop. There were 4 of them that came. One is Nokia. The other was Nokia. The other one, there was another one with it. I don't remember. There were like 4 or 5. They like all came in. And they were all coupled together. And for me, that was a code, right? And GameStop today the stock went from near 3 o'clock, 3:15, and all of a sudden from 3, it went up $6 today, and all of a sudden GameStop went whoop, all the way up to $190. I don't know what it is now, but and they talk about, I mean, that's normal. That's normal. AMC, GME, and NOC. Yeah. SLV too, maybe. Well, there's two other ones. I got them in my, I don't like to say this because it makes me look funny. I got them in my portfolio. Actually, it's a place online that I like. It's, in fact, I don't like it because they charge so much money. I don't even know why I need it. Okay. But you get a buzz looking at these numbers. You look at the number of the day because you don't, there's so many of them. And by looking at the number of the day, okay, and seeing a stock name and seeing an amount, it's actually telling you a story because you noticed it. Why did you notice this stock when there's 100 million others? Why did you notice this woman that became your wife or this man that became your husband? Did you take this man and this woman in holy matrimony? Why did you bring them together? Why were they brought together? Why is it harmonic and not harmonic at all? Till death do us part. What is that association? Till death do us part. Dwayne, are you still here? I want to know if you're the only one. Oh, 727. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if and when I'll be back again. Jet plane. That is the J-E-T. Jet, but it's more than jet. It's an NY jet, and it plays other teams in the NFL, and I'm going to explain this. Wow, this is crazy. J is the 10th letter. The reverse is 17. In blackjack, you stand on 17Q, and it represents Earth's heart in the star system. I'll explain that after if I remember. ET is the extraterrestrial. The E pass is the halfway. Remember, it's either 0.5 or it's 0. It's 0 or 5. It's 0 or 5. It's 0 or 5. You know, binary is it binary? All zeros and ones? But actually, it's 0 and 5. But we don't do that because it cuts everything in half. And the reason for that is because, where is it? There it is. There it is right there, the answer. Here's your binary. 1s and 0 around 1. But why? Why? What is the 1? The 1 is the heart that must extend into the corners, and whatever's missing will be 2, 4, 6, and 8. And when we do it, we flip it over to the 5 side, and we have 1, 3, 7, and 9 with the 5 in the center. 5 is in the center. I got the 1 dot over here. You're saying binary is 1 and 0? Binary is 5? 1, 3, 7, 9 in the corners. Totals 20 plus the 5 in the center. I spoke about the 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10 in jet. ET equals to 5, 105 in the hand of God. The next letter is the T, the 20th letter, and that would be God in himself. I mean, itself, or whatever it is, the IT system. T is filtered. And if you filter your thoughts and you categorize them in your dossier, in your portfolio, and you go in and the computer goes in and it does all this research, it can actually pick and point and make magic for your capabilities and what you actually can and cannot and have done from the past, and where your guidelines for the future are. It's a guideline is something like this. 2 of the same road, you have to make a choice. Now, J is the 10th letter. ET is total of 25. So that's 10 and 25. And the mathematics of that gives you freedom and Cinco de Nero. And the reason for that is J-E-T, 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 10, 5, 20. This is 25 plus 10 equals to 5 times 5 equals 25. 5 plus 5 equals to 10. So I'm leaving on Earth, and I'm going to Mars, because this total over here represents Mars DC, but the total of everything, Mars DC to the sheeples, 11. Yo, we are all the students. The ENT students, not the ET students. We are the ENT students because we all come from the sun. Oh my God, George Carlin, where are you now? We all come from the sun. All these books that say where we come from, do they have reason from where we come from? Can they show us where we come from? But words, once the mathematical equations are done that have been created by all the greatest scientists in the world, they call it the alphabet. That many languages like French and English, they use it. They use it in Italian, some of these languages. Where do they use the alphabet that I call the English alphabet? Jet plane, 55. And how is 55 created? Oh my God, it's created by the half-life. Right here, creates 55. 1 and 6. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6, or 6 and 7. Seven times 6 is 42. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 and 42 is 55. So it's created, and that number is the church. And that number is the 1/4 cycle of the moon. 91, because 4 times 91 equals to 364, which is the equation of 7777 equaling to 364 and 21. Would you like me to get this on paper and show you? I'm all excited because everything just all comes together, and you got to go straight with the flow. You got, if your energy and your power, and you need to weld something, you need all that power. If you didn't plug your stove into a what? Into a 220? You can't plug in your stove. You need 220 to power the element, to make the movement of the heat. Okay, 7 times 7 times 7 equals 364. Equals 343. Exactly what's going on right now. CDC. This is what's going on right now. This is where March's creation comes in. Okay, 3 and 4 is inside from Earth's heart. Inside your heart is 3 and 4. 2 times 5 equals 1. 2 times 5 equals 1. 2 times 5. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 7 and 1. Q comes together from Earth's heart. The Q is the reverse of your J in your ET jet plane. Your Q is the reverse, the 17th letter. The 21st letter is the U. We stand in blackjack on 17, sometimes the soft 17, and we are paid 3 to 2 or 2 to 1. 1.5 times, let's say 7. Okay, I think I can do this. Let's just make it easier, and I'll put 10. So if I'm paid 3 to 2 on 10, I would be paying, if I put 10 out and I get paid 3 to 2, I would get back 15, which is 1.5 times 10. 2 times 3, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. 1 times 5, 5. 1 plus 5, 6. Same equation. It's talking about the student, beta creation, right here. This is your blackjack. This becomes 8 and 3. This will become the house church. This will become electric company from these numbers. But this disregard it because I don't want to. I'm using jet, and this was something separately that I did. So this is representing Mars. This is representing. You see, 1 and 1 is what will create this. 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1. 2. 2 and 1. 2 times 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So from 1 and 1, we create this number. How do we create 15? I don't know. I didn't check yet. Okay. But obviously, 2 times 5 and 3 times 5. For what equation is this? This is your student, 3 and 5. And this is your Earth's heart. When you come into this world, if we're from somewhere else, you came in here until the body was ready to receive this, Is that the way it is? Until the body receives the spirit, or until the body receives the soul? Are you born with the soul, or you're born with the spirit? Or is the soul like the Holy Ghost, an empty shell, until the spirit comes in and it fills you up? It makes you're the root of the earth, and it brings life to plants and move, and we get choices. Just like plants and just like humans, there's things we just can't possibly do. I can't stick my foot in the ground and start to grow carrots out of my nose. But I can stick a seed in the ground and get carrots from it. I can't fly, but the birds fly. So we can't do everything, but we can do what we do. And every animal does what it does. Animals, insects, each and every one comes in here slightly with or without soul, and without the spirit. It's a connection. It's an obligation. It's like a machine. We're machines. We're fleshy robotics. That's the way I look at spiders. Well, not as much spiders, but flies and ants and other different insects. I look at them as plain no life. They're here. They're doing what they have to do because they're robotic. That's what they're here to do. There's no pain. There's no. Sorry, I can't say there's no pain. The element of love must always be there. That's how you get that helping hand. Even if it's robotics, you have to notice it. So that's a sense of love. Yeah, Dwayne, that's really crazy. I just want to know if you were here, because it's more entertaining for myself when there's more than just myself. So anyways, I'm going to get back to, I lose my trend of thought because there's so many things going on. And okay, so back to this whole cycle where 76, and it's created from 61, and it gets flipped over to number 19 or 91, where I multiplied it by the 4 seasons. But, God, 3 out of 4 dentists, 3 out of 4, always 3 out of 4. They're equations. How can I say this? Everything's an equation. I'm skipping over and I'm coming back because I was talking about 5 and 1 and 5 and 0, 5 and 0, 5 and 0. And 0 is all around the center, and the center is 1, but in the 5 position. So 0 has a value of 8. But if I need to go straight down and I'm 1, there's 2 areas from where I came to where I'm going. So that 8 no longer needs to be 8 because that is the heaven. I'm coming from one side going to the other. But I am 6. F6. F for female. M for male. Male is 4. Female becomes 6 because she's the one with the magic eye. That's what this is telling me. In a previous video, I had mentioned that the woman was also 3. Because 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, and the bat mitzvah for the woman is at the age 12. We were handed information on a platter, right in the alphabet when you open up the TV and you watch Sesame Street. Going back to Happy Days and Andy Griffin, whenever anybody spoke. Oh, that's funny. It's just a reminder. And artwork and designs. I don't know if you can see this little design over here. This one here. See the in-between piece over here? I'm not sure if they had it on Star Trek. This is telling us a story. If you take a look, this is a block. It's a block here and a block here and a missing block in between. It's like we go in between the above and below. Here's the block. Okay, it's up on that angle. When you take the top part and the bottom part, I put these together as 2 separate blocks. I did nothing for the center. But the sign over here, I think it's from Star Wars. Sorry, not Star Wars. It's from Star Trek, if I can remember. And talking about Star Trek and Star Wars, I just want to know if you like my airplane. You know, isn't this like the Star Wars airplane? Look at that, a hexagon. Star of David. Oh, look at that. It's the H. Oh, no, it's the I. Oh, my God. Which way does the I go? It looks like an H beam. What is this? See, the H beam has to go this way because you hold things up normally that way. That's the way the H-beam goes. So what can you do with this? Oh my God. Day and night and night and day and day. Stop rocking the boat. But we can come up with something else. I want you to tell me if this actually looks like the Star Wars plane, or should we just say that it's a stop sign, the octagon, made from a rectangle in 3D. Why don't people wear these hats like this? So you follow, this is, if you want to see what this was, I'm going to show you what it actually is. This is a box of Cokes. Well, I don't like to say it, beverages, with 15 cans in it. I don't think they make, I'm not sure if they still make this element. If you look inside the number 3, right, it actually shows you 57.75, and from the other side it'll show you 55. So you got 15 cans in here, and that's a stop sign. That's why you don't throw things away and you become friendly. I got a lot of screws on the floor. How you doing, screws? How you doing? I'm gonna pick you all up just in case I forget later at Tuesday. At least I'm not alone tonight, eh? Whoa, anything else? Anyways, I only dropped a few of them on the floor. Whoop, just had one under my foot. Just give me 1 second. Let's see how far down it is. Oh, look at that. 153 for GameStop. It's only up $100 today. That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. That and AMC. And the reason I painted that is because it's just so funny. If you look back to my videos 4, 5, 6 years ago and read the description, what I put in there is the description. It was telling us about the year 2021. And everybody knows that this year is not 2021. I'm telling you, it's not. And I can guarantee you it's not 2021. It's 2021 plus, hold on a second, the drum roll, 2021 plus, oh my God, this is crazy because it represents that today. Today is the 55th day of the year. Wow. And that electric company through that world over there, 3 and 3. I'm going to show you something about 8 and 6, the planet house, that you have to forget about this area here and this area here. It's this area here and this area here that combine together to live in this area here. This is the divider. It's the spike in the ground and the spike in the sky. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not a scientist that can build. I'm not very good at designing. I can see it. I just see it. It's that, you see the top pyramid? You can see the top pyramids up there, but it's more like a spike. You know, the vampire spike. Okay. There's one at the bottom. I designed them different. And by designing them different, you see this one looks like a point, and this one actually looks like it's got a, you know, I can probably put a glass on top of it that's got a hole in the bottom and it won't move. Always pivoting on one side. And there's all kinds of things inside here. And don't forget, when it comes to art, right, you see the finished product. But what if we did only one side and we didn't do the other side? Because the stop sign is how can I say it? It's a mirror of itself. If you split it in half and fold it, it's a mirror of itself. Really, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm going to show you in basic terms. There is no mirror other than looking in the mirror, because I have a head and I only got one head. If I was a mirror, I'd have 2 heads, one at the top, one at the bottom. Being complete is being half of everything. And that's complete. I have one whole head, but I don't have 2 heads, so I don't mirror myself. Here's your 1 and 2, and here's your 1 and 2. Here's your 1 and 2 because it's the only one in the center. Here's your 2 because these 2 are the only ones in the center. Both dice are actually 44, and they represent the reverse of 21, 12. 12, 21. Another thing I didn't mention in one of my previous videos, because I just noticed it today, was 11, 11, 11. And 11 is 11, and then 121, and then 1331. That is the calculation for multiplying 11 by itself. When you multiply, it's like, how can I do this? I'm going to replicate something. So if you're going to replicate something, that piece or whatever you're replicating doesn't become part of all the replicas. It becomes all the replicas plus one. That's why it's always plus one. I mean, you can always have a lot of plus ones. If plus one breaks, you throw it out and you take out the other plus one. The thing, the blueprint that you needed to create all the replicas. So that's your 11 on 11. That is 121. And 11 on 11 creates your first, your 11, where 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create your 1 and 2. Where your 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is where you create your 3 and 2. Your 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 will create your 6 and 5, and you're back to 11 again. The rotation of the numbers in their own. 1331 creates DC. So in 1 and 1, you don't only have 1 and 2, you also have 1 and 3 and 1, which becomes the woman and becomes the man. Through 1 and 1, you have the woman and the man. Now, here's the thing about number 11, or the way I have to write, and I have to do this with others because I need to ask other people how they see it, so I can broaden my micro diagnostics and the vision. We all need to have a how can I say it? Of course, I don't know how to say it. Nothing is prepared here. Filling blue. This is dark blue. It's navy blue. So now we have to watch out where the navy is. Where the navy is. Something navy. Okay, let's not get into something new. So I'm going to show you with the camera. Very simple. Here's your first 11. 11 by 11 equals 121, and we're going to add on the 22 equals 143. In the sun, DC, man. We have, and the spirit of 76 will come out of here. We have 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3, and we have to do it twice. And I did it twice because it's 1, 2, 1. And it becomes your beginning of your 55. Your 23 is very special because if I said 2300 hours, you would say, oh, 11 p.m. p.m., 16 the half-life of the male creation. And M is the 13th letter. Its reversal is the 14th letter, which is DNA from the sun, Fox, Pass. 666 represents 10 and Saturn skies. And the vibration of the earth, and the moon birth, and life on earth. And I'm going to explain this whole scenario over here. If I remember. In order to create 13 on a cube, right? On a cube, right? You can have 1 and 2 cubes, and now we're rectangle. So the beginning of anything is rectangle unless you create it this way. And now it's a different kind of rectangle. And it's also creating your 8. And there's a whole story in here, but I don't want to get into that yet. Let me go over it. M is a Roman numeral for 1,000. In order to create the 1,000, you have to multiply 3 tens. It also creates 30 if you add them. Right? Add them up. ADAMMD, mad. For drunk drivers. Alcohol,
spirit. Okay, so this is your M. So the M is the 13th letter. I just want to remember how I got this right. This was the PM, P16, M13 equals to 74. And that is a representation of Jesus on the cross of time. By the way, time is number 47, and you have the IT system in here. TIME. 135 says ace. It also represents, I like to look at it as Mercury, the male, and this is the IT system, which is representing the birth and the spirit of 76 because of the mathematics that go inside of it. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6, 13, minus 42, 29. Neptune. Okay, just leave that. So we did this over here. It equals to this over here. The AM, okay, the AM is 113. 113. And this is red. I use this in different terms. You can use it in time. You can use it on the pool table where both balls are red. It also will come in and create 2 and 3. You notice when you go up, and the numbers, okay, go down. Like number 1 in pool and the 9, they're the opposites. 2 is the opposite of the 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 3 is the opposite of 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 4 is the opposite of 12. 1 and 2 is 3. The purple ball gets DC, and it's the red and the blue pill. Because in order to create the, let me see, did I get that right? Let me see. What is my question? The 4 ball in pool, what color is it? Oh, that didn't give me a very big answer, eh? I want to see it pronto. What color is the 4 ball in pool? 4 and 12. Purple. Almost looks like the blue. Orange 5. This is where the sun comes in. When I need to see me and you, and I need to see. So we start to mix colors up. Oh my God. The orange ball is the 5 ball. I need to mix it with the 3 ball. Sorry, I need to take the 1 ball and the 3 ball to create the orange 5. 135 ME, the numbers we just did, it says ace. So in order to create orange, I need to have the ace. I need to have my yellow, and I need to have my red. I need to have the spirit freedom of 76, and I need to be born through the sun. Yellow. Because the sun and the numbers, DNA, the 14, number 4, the letter N, will create that scenario. Okay. Eli looks like a spider web. Oh, GameStop. That's GameStop. I put it up there because I did. See, the stop sign is in the center. But I just followed the lines, and there's pyramids all the way around. And then inside the pyramids, there's those poker separations. I got to figure out what they are. Diamond heads, you know, like they poke. There's something else. The dagger for Dracula. So now blood will come into the, Count Dracula. Got to get him with a silver bullet. All these stories. Why couldn't they hide all these stories? Everything that I bring up, that I speak about. Although nothing needs to be true, the mathematics and artwork tell us the story inside the story. We're not looking for truth. We're looking for the story, and the story that comes out from the realm of reality. Is that a good way to say it? The realm of reality. This is a dice cube. I will tell you a story. You can believe me or you can't, or you don't have to believe me. But if I tell you there are 6 dots here, and everybody agrees there's 6 dots here, there's possibly 6 dots there. But somebody can have something else to say that says there's 1 dot. The 1 dot, is a dot a circle? Because if the dot's a circle, maybe you can have 9 dots in here, but you really have, we call it the 6 dot for the letter F. And the reverse of the letter F is the 21. 21, 12, and that's female. I always thought it was male. So if that's female, if the 6 is female, where's the male? The 6 is female, where's the male? Because with the 6, you automatically get that 5. You get the E with the F together. EF together. Because the 1 fits inside of here. So you can portray it for the 2 corners and 2 corners, 4 plus 1, 5. Or you can use it with the 6 and call it 7. The moon dice. We did the jet. I'm leaving on a jet plane. 1, 2, 3, 4 represents Q. Does anybody get that? And there's a piece I skipped over. Why does 1, 2, 3, 4 represent Q? Because we didn't ask all the questions. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. The letter is J. Reverse, it is 17, and that is Q. Q is created by 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals 10, equals 0, 7, equals 17 Q. This number 52 is H-E-A-R-T, he art, 85, silver screen matrix. Now, the thing about when I talk, okay, is this numeric value is 85 and this numeric value is 85, but I have to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to have to know everything that goes with this, like sliver, just like on that dividing the pyramids. It's sliver, it's liver, but it's liver with an S because the S represents the in-house church spirit, and it looks like number 5. So, you know what, when I go back over here, the 1 is to pee and the 2 is to poop. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm still going over the male female numbers, but I'm just taking 6 as the letter F, 06. So 06. And all zeros equal 6, it becomes 66. And now you have WOMAN, 28 and 38 equals to 66. Freedom equals to 66, but it's the spirit of 76, but it's freedom 55 because that's the commercial for your insurance. I wanted to go back to this page because there were other things that had to be done here that I didn't do. There's multiple levels. I'm not sure if it's this page or the page before. I'm a little bit lost now. We were talking about the pool, the 5 and the 13. And this again says ace. And this is the orange ball, which is number 60, which can represent the clock. Mars represents 1/4 of the clock. Earth equals to that 1/4. 1/4 represents the DNA in the sun birth. Does anybody follow so far? But what I was talking about, I'm not really sure. We were talking about jet plane. Okay, it's plain and simple. So at the beginning, we were talking about all this, but this is only on one level. I want to have at least 1 jet on the ground here, 1 jet on the ground here, 1 jet on the ground here, and 1 jet on the ground here. It takes 3. We have to calculate 3 and then add on 1. Calculate 3, add on 1. It's just like the obligation. Calculate 3 corners. You can automatically create the 360 go around. And with the center 1, we can either A, connect this one and divide 2 sides, 2 open, 2 close, or we can complete the square. upon our choice. But this is a singular size. There's this size, there's this size, and now we can begin here. This is an insertion. We put that here. We can't begin until we have this one and this one. And those answers are 4. I'm going to go off the limb and 5. And the reason it's 4 and 5 is because the 4 corners is all we need to do is count for measurement. And because we're crisscrossing through center, that 1 through center is telling us the undivided, the numeric value for the division. And inside of 5 is 4 void. And inside of 4, right, is no void. Now, if you're looking at putting dots only where they belong, there's only dots here. And then there's dots on the outside. On the outside, we have 4, 8, 9, 10. We have a total of 12. But on the inside area spaces, we have a total of 9. Let me do that again. When we create this first one, this is only for an insertion or a passage, okay? When we create this one, this is where it all begins. It takes, once you have one of these, you put 1 here and 1 here, automatic you have 4. 2 create 4. But if this is living inside the house, this would be the minimum size. But to create the bigger house for this one here, hold on a second. It would be this size here. And now you would have that inside the house. And now you have this inside the house. So these are primaries. 1 and 4 are primaries. And when you take a look at the dice, I got 4 where the 6 is. I got a 4 primary, which is actually made from 2 and 2, but it's complete with 4. Even in 3. That's why they go first, second, and third. And after that, it's fourth. So what if we just go standard death, ETH, Seth. Anyway, so do you follow what happens here? Now, my question is, since we're going with this size, should I be doing this, or should I actually be designing full size? The reason I do full size and always extend your shapes, we now end up with 9 or 9. And within, we have these dots. We're always looking for area space. So there's 9 dots. But that's on that level. But what about the connecting dots over here? The dots over here have a value of 8. These dots have a value of 35. Now, see the space, the separation here? These dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I get them all? Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6 dots have a value of 17. I'm just trying to see, did I get all the dots? First I had 9 dots, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Did I get those 4 dots? Hold on a second. Let's do this again. First, I have 4 dots. These dots are valued at 8 to 1. Then I have 1 dot here in the center, and that dot is 35 to 1. Okay. Then I have this dot here, this dot here, this dot here, this dot here. I got another 4 dots. Okay. These 4 dots, and these 4 dots in between over here are 17 to 1. Now, we only did this, and we have this formation. But there's 9. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm going to have to do this all over because I'm getting mixed up. I'm just going to do it the right size, and I'm going to show you. It's a line here and a line here. And actually, it's actually different than this because the way the board, the size of my areas are supposed to be a minimum this size. That's the minimum. But if I need a center, I like to work with a center. I'm trying to find a center, but I'm going to do the basic and I'm going to explain it after. Okay, so now we have the center dot over here, the center here, center here, center here, 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 and here. There are 9, just like on your phone. 9 times 35, that's their value. Now, I'm going to just dot these lines like this because they're all separated in their own house. So between this dot and this dot, I create one dot. Let me get out a pen. So I create one here, and I put one in between here, and one in between these two, and one in between these two, and one in between these two, and one in between these two. So I put 6 out. Now I put one over here is 7, one over here is 8. I'm just trying to see. One over here, one here, one here, one here. 6, 7, 8. So now there are 8. Did I get that right? And they're at 17 to 1. These dots here. So you notice the way I have 55 and the way the center has its own 5, like 5, 5, 5. There's 2 5s and there's 1 5. When you have the 2 5, it's one to the left, one to the right. When you have the third 5, it's the center 5 connecting the rest of the dots. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in 9 areas, we have 8. Now, the thing is with these areas, if I don't need to use these 2 over here, so it's 6 and 2 because I'm not using them because they already count for here. So I don't need to use them. The minute I use these 2, any one of these numbers come up, you're going to get paid for both of them. So now I didn't finish yet. I didn't do this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. So there's not 8. There's 8 and 4 equaling to 12 at 17 to 1. So that'd be 12 by 170 and 34. Is that 204? 17 times 12 equals, 204. And 9 times 35. 315, that says ace. So we got 519. And 519, the area code's Ontario, but that represents birth, Mars, spirit, and church. This, you have to add on a 60 to this, but we're not going to do it right now. Actually, I will. Plus 60 equals 579, representing the birth, Mars, in the moon, and they reverse each other. MARS is 51, and Heinz, or moon, is 57. And they both come in with number 9, the birth, and 19 is the spirit. 779 is your gateway. And if you multiply it, it'll tell you a story. But anyways, now I want to do is these areas I did not do. I didn't do these areas, and there's only 4 of them. And those are 8 to 1. 4 times 8 equals 32. You know what's funny about this one? 8 and 4 is 12. You got to remember that. It also represents Pluto. There's something missing in here. Okay, I need to calculate something. I need to calculate. Yes, I wanted to put this. I wanted to white it out. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Whoop, things are falling on the floor. Hold on a second. Where's my whiteout? It's on the other desk. Give me a second. Okay. And I'm going to forget this. One of the reasons I do these videos is because I can't remember all these things. 12 times 17. 12 times 17. Okay. Okay, so this is 204, and this is 315. This is your alphabet. What do you think the number to your alphabet is? It's right over here. Electric Company in Mars, creation in Mars, pi. And after that, there's one here, and one here, and one here, and that's 11 times 3 equals 33. You get three numbers, all three. So now we have to add on 11 times 3 equals 33. So we have 32 plus 204 plus 315 plus 33, 584. Now, the thing is, here 14, here 44, here 29, and here is 12. 3, 2, 8, 5. I'm going to try and figure out what that is. I'm going to tell you what it is. What I did is I added the 11 plus 3. Is 11 times 3 and 11 plus 3. And it's going to now create, wow, I'm going to have to do this equation. Multiplied and added, you have 33. And now you add 14 to it. So you would get 47 on this numeric value here. And that's telling me about Jesus of time. And it's also 33. And it also brings me to 14, which is the sun and the red ball. This one over here tells me area, space, and phi, tells me about the heaven, tells me about the spirit matrix. It'll create electric company. It's already created from electric company over here. The total of this is 44, and this equals to 359. I don't like that number, electric company of birth, and it shows me it right here. Electric company, and it connects to the moon. I'm going to tell you that why. Because 66 is a reverse of 11. It's the only true 77 that you will get. Electric company number 35 and 75 will create 10, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, 5. 7 and 3 is 10, 5 and 5 is 10, 1 and 0, 1 and 0, 1 and 1, which is the reverse of this here. Whatever I talk about is because what I find in these realities, they already exist. It has nothing to do with me. The 77 is because it's the only dice cube where the reflection creates more other than just the same. 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 just create the same. It becomes 5775. 77 times 75, or 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75 equals 150 and equals to 625. I don't remember. 75 times 75 equals 5625. And the total here is 5775. So this comes off the roulette board. These are the payouts, right? But now we're going to start adding on more. We didn't get to the numbers below and the numbers above, and you cannot do it starting with 1, 2, 3. You can do it, yes. Starting with 1, 2, 3, you will get the 0 only, or the 0 and double 0. One of the two. So starting from other numbers, you now get these three areas here and these three areas here. And these are also 17 to 1. So you have 6 times 17 to 1 again equals to 102. 60 and 42. That represents 60 plus 42. It represents the cat. It represents the house planet. It represents the passage of the woman because of the 66. The number 66 works for freedom. Number 66 works for woman. It is the reverse of number 1, and it's replaced by highway 80, which gets this number and equation and reality that sets here. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So the 66 over here will create the same numeric value over here. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, and this becomes 66. And Route 66, which goes through the city, right? Which goes through the city, is now on the bypass on highway interstate or interstate 80. So it's actually telling you 55555 just showed up on my clock just right now. Let me just take a look at my phone for a second. Yes, not 8, but 12. But it's 8, but it's 8 and it's 4 because it's inside. There's the 4 inside and there's the 8 outside. Everything, every position, micro-diagnose, tear it apart and say it for what it is, where it's found, and 8 of them are found in one area and 4 are found in the other area. You know, I probably couldn't do any of this. I probably couldn't do any of this just for an update, which is really crazy. I never seen this before. That's crazy, eh? I'm only doing this for Dwayne Smalls. Do we know each other, Dwayne? Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's just like a game. It's a freaking game. Just a game. So that is your roulette. So I have to add up that number. 6 by 17 is 102. So I was at 584, and 102 equals to 686. Holy Toledo, eh? We have 686. Is there any more places we can go? Yes, there is. The other place we can go is the 2-to-1 area. That a chip over here betting these 9 numbers, okay? But the thing is, the 2 over here bets 12 numbers. So it's either going to be the top, or it's going to be the bottom, or we're going to count the whole 12 because there's only 9 here. In roulette, there are packages of 12, 3 packages of 12. So if I only count half of this, it equals to, oh my God, 51 Mars. But why did I say 102 is the moon? Well, it's 102 because 102 can look like 201, can look like 261, but it can also look like 2160. And that's the moon diameter, 2160. And then 1 and 2 is 3. We have 3 and 6, and 6 by 6, the woman freedom is created into this number. 21 is the cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, add them up. And 60 is the clock. And in numbers, 1, 5, 9, 15, 3, 5, 7, 15, 4, 5, 6, 15, 2, 5, 8, 15. So we have 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. And that's our star system math made by Planet Mars, number 1551. 47 a time times the 33 of creation of Christ, 11 times 14, and we coming through the sun. And all the games and everything that's out there is telling us a story, and I feel good about it because it's true. That's the story. Now, is it relevant to the life we live? That's up to you to decide. So we did this star system, and when you add up 159, 357, 456, 285, you get a total of 60, 15 for each one, or 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 equals to 24, or 15 and 15 and 15 and 15 equals to 60. The total is 84, and it represents the planet of time and the birth from the half-life, Pluto. You have 4 6s. 1 and 5 is 6. You have 4 15s. That's 60. But your 15 here and your 15 here is 30, and your 15 here and your 15 here is 30. So you have 60, but we counted the 5. How many times did we count the 5? We counted the 5 4 times. 4 times 5 equals 20. So what we're going to do, instead of have 60, we're going to have 20 and 40. And when we have 20 and 40, the French language is brilliant. In order to say 80, they say 4 times 20. I don't care if it's 2 or 20 or 200. That's what it is. And 20 and 40 represents also your house planet. Now, the 60 would go on the clock. The 24 and the 60 come together. I'm just trying to look at all the, there's just so much. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, and it just doesn't stop, you know. So we let me go back to this one piece over here. I cut this one out 2.5, and the reason I did it is because it's this side or this side. The 17:1 is what it pays between two numbers. So this is the, so we didn't do the 2:1. I didn't add on the 2:1. So if I go 2:1 and put one chip here and one chip at the bottom here, here, and here, I would have to play one chip here for this whole section, but I would have to play 3 chips here for this whole section if we're playing this section. So by putting the 3 chips here and the 1 chip here, this is telling me about the letter M. It's telling me it's male, and it's telling me that the horizontal has 3 areas, but the vertical counts for the whole area in this 2:1, which is the 1-2 creation. We spoke about number 2 and number 5. 2 times 4 equals 8. How can 5 become 8 in what equation? Well, we're going to take 8. We're going to put it back into 4. 5 times 8 equals 4. Spirit Matrix, communication, 9 lives of the cat, planet house from Pluto. That's what this basically says. To create number 5, it takes 1 and 1 to begin with. I'm not sure what we didn't do, what we did do. When we were calculating 5775 in this scenario, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. Seven times 7 is 49, and 4 plus 9 equals to 13 equals to 4. So the equation that I just marked down, I think it's over here, is telling us about the game of pool. Is that what I just did? Yes, it's telling me about the game of pool, because in the first equation I created 5. In the second equation I created 13. The 5 and the 13 are both your orange ball. And I'm tired, and I'm tired. Sometimes I get mixed up. I need to know nobody was here. Nobody's been coming to watch this channel, which it's a boost to me when I see others out here watching. For me, it's a big boost. When nobody's here, it's like because nobody understands. I know not everybody has a lot of time to take an hour out of their day. It's a lot, and it's a lot to understand when you're not really sure what you're going to do with the information. But just know it's the truth. It's the stories that come from the realities. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for putting up with this hour. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Dwayne. And we're going to give an update to end the story. Before the market closes at 8 o'clock, it's at 166. You should see that they have it on social media talking about this. Last time they brought it up close to $500. So they're saying it's real. It's just a fad, but whatever it is, it's crazy. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to know about the bulls, for those who don't know me, that's a bear. That is a bull, not the best drawn bull in the world, right? But that's a bull. Sorry, that's a bull. How do I keep this camera from? Okay, that's a bull, and then that's the bear, and in between is the. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, there it is. Let me see if I can take this light out. Okay, there's the bird. Let me see where it is. There's the bird tweeting to the M&M, and there's the snake up there, separating whoever is controlling. You see with the foot? You see the foot over here? He's got his foot in his mouth. They're controlling the tweets. Raphael, who knows what it is. Thank you for watching. See you later.